All right, hello everyone. So today I wanted to talk about converting from standard form to slope-intercept form. So we're just going to be basically rearranging our standard form equations so that they look like they're in slope-intercept form. They're the same line, but they're just going to have, a little bit switched around. All right, so let's take a look at the first one that we have here, right here. Okay. So this is a flow chart. This is the note taker that we used in class. If you need to get this, come, come get it. But yeah, so we started at the very top here. And it says start with the standard form equation. Okay, so this is a standard form equation. We got an ax plus by equals c, where the a, b, and c are all numbers. And there are a bunch of dogs barking outside, and that's really neat because I'm filming right now. But anyway, okay. So we have a couple questions here. So, is there an x term being added or subtracted? So this is basically just asking if there is an x, and there is. We have a 6x here. So what we're going to do is follow the arrow to the yes box. And we are going to highlight that so that we know where we're going and where we came from, and we could see our whole process. Okay. So the next line says, oopsies, use the inverse operation to move the x term to the opposite side of the equation. Okay, well that's a lot of big words just to say that we're going to move this 6x over to the other side of our equation. And the way we do that is by using the opposite operation. So let's rewrite this so that we have everything in one place. All right, then we're going to split it in half where our equal sign is. And then we're going to try and move that 6x over. So like it says, we want to do the inverse operation. Inverse meaning opposite. So we have a positive 6x, so I want to subtract 6x from both sides. Okay. So now the 6x on the left side, so these two over here, are going to just cancel out. Those are gone. All right, so that's going to leave us with a 2y equals 12 minus 6x. Now be really careful in this step. Since the 6 has an x on it and the 12 does not, we can't combine these two. We can't subtract them because they're not the same. They're not like terms like we talked about before. So we're just going to leave these exactly the way they are since we can't combine them. All right. Next box over. Let's use our highlighter. Move over here. It says, does the y term have a coefficient? Ooh, coefficient. This is a word from a while ago. Coefficient is going to mean a number being multiplied by your variable, or a number next to your y, since we're looking at the y term. So it just wants to know, is there a number next to your y? And yeah, there is. There's a 2 right here. So the answer for that question is going to be yes. So we are going to take our highlighter, highlight down to the yes box, follow the arrows down to the next box that we have here. And it says divide by the coefficient on both sides of the equation. Simplify if needed. Okay, so I'm just going to rewrite the equation that we have here from the last step that we did. 2y equals 12 minus 6x. All right, and now it says to divide by the coefficient. We said that coefficient was 2, so we're just going to split this and divide by 2. Now I want to divide each term by 2 over here. So we're going to end up with a y equals 12 divided by 2. Well, that's going to be 6. And negative 6 divided by 2. Well, that's going to be 3. And we're going to keep that x on there. All right. So that's it for that box. So let's follow the arrow to the next one where it says your equation is now in slope-intercept form. Okay, well, it's not quite yet because remember, your slope-intercept is going to be y equals mx plus b. So we want our x term to come first. Whatever has an x in it needs to go first. And then our number comes after that. So all I'm going to do here is rewrite this, but I'm just going to switch this negative 3x and this 6. We're just going to switch places there so that our x term comes first. So we got y equals negative 3x, and we have a positive 6, so we're going to put a plus sign there. And that'll do it. That'll be our slope-intercept form equation. All right, well, let's try another one. Let's try another. Let's go down here to the next one. All right. So just like it started out on the last one, we have start with the standard form equation. Okay, well, that's this here. We have negative 2x plus y equals 3. Okay, is there an x term being added or subtracted? Yes, we do. We have an x right here. It's negative 2x. All right, so we're going to follow our arrow to the yes box. Let's highlight that like this so that we know where we're going. All right, next box. Use the inverse operation to move the x term to the opposite side of the equation. All right, so we just want to move this negative 2x all the way to the other side of our equation. So let's rewrite it exactly the way it is and split it up. And let's do the opposite to move that over. So we have negative 2x. The opposite of that is going to be plus 2x. We're going to add that to both sides. All right, so when we do that, these two are gone. So it's going to leave us with y equals 3 plus 2x, because remember, this 3 doesn't have an x on it, so we can't combine these two. They're not the same. They're not like terms. All right, so let's follow our arrow to the next box, where it says, does the y term have a coefficient? Well, let's check. I don't see a number here. So since there's no number, we're going to say that's a no. That's a no. Let's highlight that. Boom. Boom. And it looks like we're already at the bottom box. Yeah, we're already at the last step here. So we didn't have to divide at all. And that's only because our y is all by itself already. We don't need to take this last step because there's nothing to divide by. So let's just rewrite this in our slope-intercept form. Remember, that's going to be y equals mx plus b. Oh, goodness. So you want your x term to come first. So we're just going to switch our 2x and our 3. We're just going to swap those. So we got y equals a positive 2x and a positive 3. Done. That wasn't too bad. So that was only that one step. That's all we had to do. Cool. Let's try one last one. Let's see, we have 5x minus 3y equals 12. All right, so first question, is there an x term? Yes, there is. We have a 5x, so we're going to follow that yes arrow all the way over here. All right. Use the inverse operation, move the x term to the opposite side of the equation. All right, so let's rewrite this. Split it up, and we want to use the opposite or inverse operation to get rid of that 5x or move it to the other side. So we have 5x, that's a positive 5x, so I'm going to subtract it to move it and get rid of it over here. So that's going to leave us with negative 3y equals 12 minus 5x. Okay, on our way to our next box over here, where it says, does the coefficient have, does the y term have a coefficient? And it does. It's got a negative 3. So this is going to go to the yes box. Following that down there. Highlighting our way. All right. Divide by the coefficient on both sides of the equation. Simplify if needed. All right, so I'm going to rewrite our equation from the last step we were on. And it says to divide on both sides, so that's what we're going to do. Divide by -3 on both sides to each term. So then this is gone, and we have y equals 12 divided by -3. Well, it's going to be -4. And -5 divided by -3. Ooh, okay. This is a little complicated. So let's simplify. I know that if we have a negative and a negative, that's going to give me a positive. So we got a plus. But 5/3 is going to give me a weird decimal. We don't usually like to deal with decimals when we do lines. So we are just going to put 5/3x. We're just going to leave it exactly the way it is. We don't want to change it. All right. That's going to take us to our last box over here. And that's where we're going to rearrange. So once again, you want your x term to come first. So we have a positive 5/3x. And we have a -4. So we're going to say -4 here. And that'll do it. All right, so I know these notes were pretty quick. They were fairly quick in class too. But let me know if you have questions. And if you need this, come and get it. All right, have a good day, y'all. Bye.